Well, let's begin with the breaking update. The White House press secretary, in a response to a question when asked about the United States President last week announcement that Donald Trump made with regards to a trade deal with India. Now, the confirmation coming in that it is closed and it could happen anytime soon. Now, this is the confirmation that is now coming in on the US and India closing on a trade deal as it remains June, possibly on the 9th of July deadline that has now been said by Donald Trump himself. But let's first listen in to the reaction that is now coming in, with the two sides are now learned to have finalized on their agreements.
Both of you. The president did announce last week that the trade deal with India is closed and this could happen anytime soon. Are there any roadblocks as of now? Are there any updates on that? And how does the president see this about China's role or its influence in the Indo-Pacific region?
Sure, yes. The president said that last week, and it remains true. I actually just spoke to our Secretary of Commerce about it. He was in the Oval Office with the president. They are finalizing these agreements, and you'll hear from the president and his team, his trade team, very soon when it comes to India.
And on China? How do we counter China on that front?
Yes, I mean, look, India remains a very strategic ally in the Asia-Pacific, and the president has a very good relationship with Prime Minister Modi, as you know, and he will continue to have that. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Both of you.
Well, there have been negotiations that have been taking place from both sides now. However, this looks as a confirmation that is now coming in soon, as two sides are believed to have reached to final agreements there. A trade deal that is now expected that could be announced anytime soon. And you heard it from the White House confirming the talks that have been happening, and as an affirmation saying that the president last week had said that the United States and India are very close on getting a trade deal sealed, and it remains true as far as the Secretary of Commerce also has spoken on it while he was in the Oval Office with the president himself. Now we'll get to hear very soon what we are getting to hear. Rishabh, for now the trade deal between India and the United States, it's a sure sort seal that we are expected with this formal announcement to be made very soon. Rishabh? Yes.
Well, Amita, what we are given to understand as per the White House, there is something that is, shaping up for India-US trade deal, and Donald Trump's office say that we'll hear more about it from Donald Trump and his trade team soon. This is what the spokesperson of White House had just said last night, India time, in the formal press conference. India, as of now, hasn't made any comment on the trade deal, but definitely we have seen our Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal making, trips to Washington in the last few months. The Commerce Secretary also has confirmed to Times Now that we'll have a trade deal soon with the United States. Many say that we'll have it before 9th of July, which is the cutoff date for the breathing period that Donald Trump has given. So we'll have to wait on that front. But what we are given to understand that US is very much interested in India's pharma and agriculture sector, which India is not very comfortable with.
All right, but all of these details, Shinjoy, has that been highlighted between the two sides? Dr. S. Jaishankar is also there, but this is also coming at a time where Donald Trump's deadline for imposing reciprocal tariffs on countries worldwide, that ends on the 9th of July.
Yes, there's still a week for negotiations and perhaps maybe a few more days. But importantly, there are also these deal breakers. There are differences. For instance, America wants to move in a lot of cars into India. There's no problem there. But when America wants to export corn to India, then the tariff issue comes up, because India has higher tariffs for agricultural products, for wheat, for corn, stuff coming from outside, even for California wine or things like that. There are higher tariffs. This is what Donald Trump, the American president, wants to be lower. And that is where India has problems with, because India sees the agricultural sector as still a weakened sector that still needs support and still needs government support in the form of higher tariffs for imports. Now, that is the issue. The nub is really there, because if there is a flood of, say, American corn or American almonds or American wheat or California wine or whatever, then the local producers, whether it's farmers, whether it's vintners, all of them take a hit. And that is the Indian issue here. We'll have to see what kind of compromise eventually is arrived at, because eventually there will be one, but exactly how much it will be, in what areas it will be, we're not sure as yet, because this is all being negotiated right now.
All right. Ambassador Fabian is also connected with us right now. Good morning to you, sir. What do you make of a possible trade deal that is now being sealed between India and the United States? Because President Trump has been giving a lot of hints which look on the positive sides, says that he was looking to remove all trade barriers.
Thank you. Well, I have seen what President Trump has said and what the White House press secretary has said. And we also learned that our team, which is in Washington, has extended its stay. But we have to be a little cautious because, you know, when President Trump says that, you know, he's going to have a big, beautiful bill and all that, if you remember.
Yes.
Well, that beautiful bill removes from Medicaid 12 million Americans. So his words have to be taken, you know, very, very judiciously. My fear, I mean, it's only a fear, and I have no inside knowledge. My fear is that Trump will try to drive in a hard bargain, especially about agricultural goods and automobiles and automobile parts and whiskey and all that. Well, we should, I agree, sort of, you know, reduce taxes, reduce duties, but it should not be unilateral, you know. It should be good for both the parties.
But United States has been saying that India is a strategic ally. It remains to see how it plays out. But Ambassador Fabian, request you to stay on with us. We have another angle that we need to also focus on, with also the presence of the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar as well. Now, amid the Indo-US trade deal, there has been a buzz as far as the statement that is now coming in from the External Affairs Minister. He says that trade has to be give and take, and watch this space for the next few days. Well, Ambassador Fabian, what do you make of the statement by the External Affairs Minister? He says give and take is the highlight.
Crucial words are give and take, because diplomacy consists in two parties getting together and on the basis of give and take, taking into account each other's sensitivities and requirements, come to a compromise. That is diplomacy. But if there is any unilateral sort of approach where, you know, only one party's interests matter and not the other parties, that is not diplomacy. So I think Dr. Jaishankar's words are very carefully chosen, and let us wait and see.
All right. All right, let's wait and see. Thank you very much, Ambassador Fabian, for joining in. Rabinder Sachdev is also connected with us. Good morning to you. The Quad Foreign Ministers meeting there, as far as External Affairs Minister is concerned, Dr. S. Jaishankar also giving out a very strategic statement, Mr. Sachdev, saying that negotiations, trade deals mean give and take.
Oh, certainly. So, I mean, that's a very sensible statement, common sense. And, you know, the long-term picture, or let's say the medium-term picture of U.S. and India trade especially, is, if our viewers remember, the target of $500 billion of trade by the year 2030, right, to which both governments have committed, India and the United States. And the U.S. is not only Trump is also committed to that. Prior to him, Biden was committed, and Trump in the previous term was also committed, right? So that's a long-term, long-standing target. So I think whatever be the, you know, ups and downs of the trade negotiations, that is the big picture towards which both parties are working. So let us see how it shapes up. And as Minister Jaishankar says, he's optimistic that the outcome will definitely be a positive one towards that objective.
All right, a positive outcome, that is now what is being expected from both sides. When are expected to seal the deal between the two sides, as now when we speak of the deadline by President United States of America, by Donald Trump, is now nearing 9th of July. Thank you very much, Mr. Sachdev, for your point of view. Let's in the meantime speak of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is all set to embark on a historic 5-nation tour. This is going to be his longest foreign